Yes, everyone, welcome back tonight for today's second leg, round of 16 game against Copenhagen. And I think we're all expecting to progress into the quarterfinals. If we do that, we play the winner between Legia Warsaw and Molde. So that should be an interesting tie. But in terms of the run up to the final, it's looking stupidly easy. So realistically, because we're expecting us to win the Conference League this season, our only real test may be against Real Betis, which would be a really exciting final to keep things real. But it's good to see you guys here. All good. YouTube, how you doing, man? What the F underscore MD? How you guys doing today? I think we should discuss the lineup before the game starts. If you guys want to watch the game tonight, of course, you'll find it on Amazon Prime. If you guys have an Amazon account, don't forget the game is on Amazon Prime tonight. So stay tuned for that, man. But let's look at the lineup today. I think we all expected, some reasonable rotation because we have Arsenal this weekend. That's a massive, huge game for us. If we get a result against Arsenal, then big things can happen. But in terms of the lineup, we all expected smart rotation. We're seeing it on screen. Of course, seeing Dewsbury Halls playing in midfield alongside Enzo Caicedo. Hopefully these guys aren't forced to end the full 90 minutes. That would be an absolute disaster. Up front, I expected Neto to play. Tyree George to play on the flanks alongside Jadon Sancho. I'm really hoping that Tyree gets to play on the left-hand sides this time. We've noticed that Jadon Sancho has played more down the right-hand side recently. But Tyreek, man, he's starting to pop in with some assists, some important contributions for the team. It's a nice little run for him, but I'm still waiting for him to get his first goal for us, and I'm hoping tonight is the night that can happen. I think defense kind of speaks for itself. I thought maybe Cucurella might start maybe the first 45 minutes before he gets subbed off, but we are going to see Badia, Tosin, Adar Bioyo, and of course Achlimpong. So I'm very curious if we're going to see inverted fullbacks today. Could we possibly see that? Maybe Achlimpong has a license to really push forwards. Maybe that allows Jadon Sancho to tuck inside a little bit. And this way we can have a split back three of Badia, Tosin in the middle, and Jalip on the right hand side. Is that how we're looking to do things tonight? Or could it be more of a classic, both fullbacks attack? Maybe Badia is more defensive. Maybe Achlimpong has full license to get forward in attack. Hopefully that's going to be the case. It's nice to see Achlimpong get remembered by Maresca, but when he came on as a sub in our last game, I kind of expected that he might be involved in the game tonight. So Achlimpong, I always like seeing this kid play. I like seeing the confidence that he plays with. That's really exciting. But you guys, on the bench today, we have a lot of youth talent who are set to, hopefully, fingers crossed, make their debuts or continue their appearances, actually, in the Conference League. So I'm going to quickly put on screen the Twitter page so we can kind of just unpack exactly what we're set to expect today in terms of Maresca's, use of youth. I think Maresca doesn't get enough credit, to be fair with you. I think Maresca has been pretty open to using youth this season. I think it's a nice little, I'm not surprised because he was a youth team manager at Man City. So that side of the game does matter for Enzo Maresca. But I'm going to go to the Chelsea's Twitter page. I think I can just do that straight here, actually, without having to do anything long. Bear with me, you guys. Okay, what's going on here? Yo, bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Okay, now that makes more sense now. Alright, cool. I'm on Chelsea's official Twitter page right now. Let me go to interacts. Yes, accept cookies. Go to the sub bench. I finally got to it, thank God. And we're noticing some interesting names, especially the most interesting name being 16-year-old midfield player in Reggie Walsh, who hopefully, if he does make an appearance tonight, will be one of the second youngest players in our club's history since Ian Hamilton back in the day to, of course, represent us and play for the shirt. And I'm really hoping we see something like that. I'm hoping that Muweka gets opportunities. I wouldn't mind seeing Antwi being able to get a cameo appearance. Murray Campbell, I thought he was decent against Shamrock Rovers. Good account of himself. It'd be nice to see him. I think realistically, if we can avoid turning towards Palmer and Nkunku and Kukurea and big players like this, as we know we got Arsenal this week, I'm more than happy with that. I'm hoping that's going to be the ideal situation. And I'm hoping that we get to see Chelsea youth and Cobham talents get to make their mark in this game. Get, step up, make things happen. I'd love to see Mueka and guys like Achimpong, Tyree George, hopefully, fingers crossed, getting assists, getting goals, things like that. Especially in front of the fans. A massive confidence booster for all of them. And, it's nice that Maresca still respects that. Obviously, there's injuries. Of course, he has to turn to the rest of what the club can offer. And obviously, you're allowed to have 12 subs in this game. So you're expecting that youth were going to be featured on the bench at least. But, Reggie Walsh was an interesting player to call up. There were a few other ones I thought maybe he would have turned to. But he's had a pretty decent season with the academy this season. So it's nice that Maresca's paying attention and rewarding the kids who are performing well and achieving good things this season with, these opportunities from the bench. So I like that, man. I do like that. And credit to Maresca for actually caring to. But you guys, man, what are you guys saying in terms of the rest of the game? Give me your score predictions, chat. How are you guys feeling? Seeing you guys here. Abdul. I'm Abdul, following you from Takoradi from Ghana. Yeah, nice one, bro. Nini, hope you're fine. We pray it's a massive win for the Blues. Take care, bro. Respect, bro. Respect, man. I'm actually Ga. My mum's from Accra, so I'm Ga. But yeah, man, respect to you from Takoradi, man. Jobless crew up the gels. Yeah, do you think Palmer will make an appearance? Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. I don't want to see Palmer play tonight, ideally. If Palmer's playing tonight, that probably means that we need him. But ideally, he's on the bench the entire game. Yes, Scotty Reyes, how you doing, bro? Mario CFC, damn, this lineup's bang average except Enzo and Caicedo. But again, we're playing against Copenhagen. Now, they do have some decent players that have, they've played in some of Europe's top divisions. They do have some of the older experienced guys like Delaney, who was like at Dortmund and Sevilla and clubs like that. Claesson, I thought that their striker, Claesson, the Swedish guy, he was actually pretty decent against us. I thought his movement off the ball was quite dangerous. So he's someone to watch out for. It's a shame that they don't have their absolute star in Rooney Bargi playing tonight. Obviously, he's got a serious injury. He's still out. He would have been a real weapon they could have used against us. But I think if you're a Copenhagen fan, you're just really feeling like the draw was against you because you came up against us so soon, I think they were one of the strongest teams in this competition, but we've got them straight away, which means that our run-up after that is going to be quite easy. So I'm actually looking to try and book some flights, man. Like, if it's Molde, I wouldn't mind going to Norway to see what they're doing there. And or Poland, Legia Warsaw. I think we're going to be in Poland this summer for the final, right? So, yeah, I think if anything, if you're a fan, the Conference League has been a pretty fun season for you. Just to go to European cities that you just never typically go to. It's not too expensive, not too droppy. You're there with your boys or your family or your kids or whatever. I mean, it makes the fan experience what it is. And it's one of those storylines you're going to probably remember and come back to in the future. And for us, if we win the Conference League, naturally, it means we've won every single European competition. And that's going to be something we'll be singing about forever. So, yeah, man, it has to get done tonight. More than enough quality to pick off Copenhagen. Hopefully, Copenhagen will come to attack a little bit. They need to try and get back in the draw. They were decent at home last week. They didn't test us enough on goal. This is their moment to make things happen. And hopefully, this means there's more spaces for us now to exploit. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens. Kickoffs in the next 2-3 minutes. If you guys need to find a link, remember it's on Amazon Prime. I don't have any links today. I'm sure most of you guys have Amazon Prime, so I'm sure that's not going to be an issue. But the players look focused right now. Moises, Dewsbury, Chalobah, Neto. These guys know what they need to do tonight. Hopefully just a good performance. Hopefully some goals before Arsenal. If we can make it 3-0 in the first half, get the confidence up. Get the first team guys out the team and get ready for Arsenal, because I think we got enough in us to take the games to Arsenal and even try and get 3 points against them. I think we were kind of unlucky We picked up that 2-2 draw against them this season. I thought we were quite decent against them, to be fair. And we're still waiting to pick up a big body. Like, we're still waiting to beat a big team. That's been one of the disappointing things over the last few years. That we just aren't getting enough points against them. Like United, that 4-3 game last season, that was something. But it's got to be more, man. You got to expect a bit more. But anyway, it seems like Sancho's on the left, Tyreek on the right-hand side, based on what TNT are saying. Achimpong playing left back, that doesn't sound right, but would it surprise me actually? Do you think that's what's going to happen? Achimpong playing on the left, Chalobah on the right hand side. That could make a lot of sense actually. That could make a ton of sense. But is that going to be a bit too negative in terms of how we're building up out wides? Let's see, man. Because that's what I thought was quite annoying in the first leg, that we had players in the wrong side of the field, in the wrong positions. And like, yes, Copenhagen gave us a surprise in terms of how they set up, how they had like a back five. I get that. But equally, we made things hard for ourselves by putting players in the wrong zones and the wrong positions and making shit 10 times harder. So hopefully Achimpong's not playing left back, but he might surprise me. He might surprise me. I don't know why he would do that, but fair enough, I guess. Okay, all right, so they're continuing again with the back five. I'm not surprised by that. It did help them. El Yunusi is back in the team. He's the guy who was at Southampton. Dykes, I think he was playing in Holland. I don't know all their guys, but I'm familiar with like a few names. So if they're going to continue with their 5-4-1, are they going to be a bit more aggressive when they're pressing off the ball though? That's the question on my mind. But my friends, what's your score predictions? Like, surely you guys are feeling like we got this in the bag, right? Like, this is an easy W. Easy W. We're seeing Tosin leading the team huddle right now. He's like the most experienced guy in the field. So we need to see something. Come on, boys. Okay, you guys, kick off anytime soon now. Next few seconds. That's it. Come on. 3, 2, 1. And we begin, my friends. Okay. So, interesting kickoff then from Copenhagen. I thought they'd just play it long. Okay, they have played it long now. And that was just an absolute waste of everyone's time. A really weird kickoff from Copenhagen. But I'm looking at the defensive positioning. Okay, so Achimpong actually is playing left back today. So let's see what he does there. I get we have limited options. I understand that. Maybe it makes sense if you've got Chalobah playing. He has to naturally play on the right-hand sides when he's getting forwards. Badia, I guess, does the Corwall role. He's more central. He's deeper. And he can, like, orchestrate the attacks. I mean, yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Fair enough. Like, would it hurt if Badia still... Again, maybe Badia just isn't that profile. He's not Gavardio where he can, like, bomb forward and carry the ball up the field. But I swear on a few occasions, he has looked kind of decent carrying the ball through the lines and kick-starting attacks that way. But I guess you don't have that, like, box-to-box engine. Would you have played maybe Chalobah on the left-hand side, though? Or maybe this is a detail that literally makes no difference, like, whatsoever, realistically. Moises spreads it to find Dewsbury Hall, who's moving now to the right sides. So he's playing from the right pocket this time. All right, back 3 time. Tolis in the middle, Badia left, Chalobah right hand side. Okay. Okay, that's Jadon Sancho. Achimpong is playing inverted then. So that's an interesting one. I think that's probably the first time this season we're going to see Achenpong playing like the inverted role. Okay, Achenpong. Oh, Jadon Sancho tries to slide it towards him. It gets intercepted. So it seems like Copenhagen feel like if they want to get something from this game, they have to find the right moments. So I'm guessing their game plan is to keep their shape, keep their discipline, still continue to like frustrate us, ask us questions. You know, how can you break us down? Can you play through us? And hopefully attack in numbers like what they did in the first leg. So I guess it won't be like this like open end-to-end style game, which maybe I thought it might be, but I guess credit to Copenhagen. I mean, if they're springing surprises that Maresca wasn't expecting, I guess they're a bit more sophisticated than what I'm giving them credit for. But anyway, Achenpong, I'm really interested to see what Achenpong does, playing like really inverted. Badia tries to slide it to find Enzo. It's intercepted, and now fast attack, deep cross, early cross, and the first attempt on goal comes from Arucci, and this is going to be Copenhagen's plan. Look, quick attack in the space and behind, early cross over the heads of Tosin, and thank God this guy doesn't have an aerial threat, because that was a bit dangerous then. Again, Badia, sloppy, first 3-4 minutes, lost the ball twice now. Relax, get your head in the game, man. Come on. You're better than this. Like, I can't be too harsh because he's still coming back from injury. Like, he'll be a bit rusty playing at home the first time. I get it. But Badia, you got too much experience to be doing this, man. Tyreek plays it back inside. Back to Badia. So it feels like this might not be the most exciting game, but you guys in the chat, like, can you accept a lack of excitement if the results are coming in? Or do you guys think that you have to see both? Like, both matters. Anyways, Copenhagen switch the ball. Play it back inside, asking us to press them. Back to their goalkeeper, and I'm guessing this guy's going to hit it long because there's no options. Has he found someone? And, oh, okay, that was a decent pass then. So they're looking to keep possession of the ball. They're not afraid to, like, take their time in the build-up. Those third man runs in behind out wide, looking a little bit dangerous. Obviously, when the goalkeeper build up from deep, they got guys who are running out wide in those pockets to receive. Like, we had no one there. Because like when their players are going in those positions, you're either asking our winger to stick tight to them, which is going to ruin our high press, or you're asking one of our defenders to go up higher to try and engage. So that's interesting. But anyway, Moises Caicedo takes out his feet well, but doesn't play it forwards. Achenpong speeds things up. And we have possession of the ball, but, you know, nothing too exciting at the moment. Everything's more horizontal compared to vertical. Nothing's really going forward yet. We've seen like a lot of work rate from Copenhagen. They look quite disciplined using their little mid-block structure. Badia tries to hit that long. He finds Jadon Sancho. Nice little touch from Sancho. Great touch, but, you know, it wasn't the best pass. It was kind of going behind him a little bit. Giving away silly free kicks, man. Okay, no free kick. Calm. Anyway, back to Badia. Enzo receives, spreads out deep to find Tosin. Tosin heads up. Who's he looking for? Obviously, a little Cruyff turn this time. Okay. I was hoping don't play it back to the keeper. Don't be that negative. Like, trust your technique, please. So it was good that he did that then. He's now carrying it forward. He finds Enzo in the left pocket. Enzo can turn and drive forwards. Sancho, of course, is the only guy on the left-hand side. Okay, great pass by Sancho. Enzo tries to play the ball across goal, but it's well intercepted by Copenhagen. Nice little bit of skill from their player to play through. And Josh gives away another foul. I don't know, man. Like, I still feel like I would love to see a fullback being involved with the winger. I'm always gonna say that. I'm always gonna say that. Like it can't just be Enzo and Sancho by themselves. Like watching that Liverpool Paris Saint-Germain game, it really highlights how effective having fullbacks that can play past the halfway line and overlap are to like creating opportunities and creating chances. Like we have done it at times this season. It feels like Enzo is going for a little bit of a different approach. He's only these last few games, but I don't know, man. It just feels like sometimes with the quality we have, we're probably good enough where we could allow having like another guy making an overlap from fullbacks. Tyreek. Again, see, there's no one making a run in behind where it's like there's spaces that get created. Like when Tyreek's coming in then, I always just keep envisioning, shit, that this is a moment for someone to make an overlap if we actually create the system to allow that to happen more often. Tolson tried it then. He tried it. That was a good attempt. I can't fault him for the attempt then. But I just feel like if we did that a bit better sometimes, I feel like these games wouldn't be as hard for us. Anyway, that's a great little header from Moises then to keep the ball. 1-2 between George and Neto. Tyreek on the ball, crossing the box. Tries to find Enzo. Unlucky. Dewsbury Hall. Nice play from Dewsbury. Good possession play. Nice and tight. The ball is played more than the right inside. Tyreek's looking to come inside. Again, a bit too cute, a bit too eye of the needle, a bit more difficult than it has to be honest with you. Don't foul, boys. I mean, yeah, he gets the ball, but you're going through your man to get the ball then. Can't watch this game because I'm on holiday and my internet is cooked. Sorry, bro. But bro, rate the commitment that you're listening to me on holiday. Respect that, bro. In terms of live stream links, I mean, I if you Google this, maybe you find something. But if you guys have Amazon Prime, it's on Amazon. So don't worry. If you got Amazon, use that and you're fine. Okay, first 10 minutes, like not tested the keeper yet. Fair enough. Dewsbury spreads that to Badia. Badia now finds Tosin, who finds himself on the left-hand side carrying it forward. He plays the pass inside to Enzo. Enzo tries to play a quick switch ball to Tyreek, but he can't take the ball out his feet because he was not in the right position to receive that then. But anyway, nice little play by Action He's driving forward inside the box. And is that a corner? Yeah. So far, it's not Tyreek. Action is not afraid to obviously showcase his ability to carry. He's looked very positive, like when he's receiving on the ball. He's looking to like drive towards Copenhagen's defense. He's looking to make those inverted runs in behinds. He's looking comfortable on the ball so far. I mean, this guy is highly rated. Didn't Reece James even say recently that he feels like Action is going to be like a world-class player? I mean, he's not going to be saying that for no reason. Anyway, Neto's about to take the set piece now from the left-hand side. I swear his delivery's been pretty decent. I like that it's not just Enzo and Palmer taking these set pieces all the time. Even though Palmer's not in the field. But anyway, set piece time. Can we unlock Copenhagen right now? Interesting ball in the 6-yard box. Well defended by Copenhagen. But we still have pressure outside. Tyreek tries to play it first time early to Trevor, but wasn't good enough then with the pass. Okay. Now is pressing from the left-hand side. So things have slowed down a little bit now. Copenhagen trying to build up from deep. Again, they're able to find that little option out wide all the time to play through us. Okay. Can we carry them? Can we force a mistake? It feels like there's constantly just like a wide option with the fullback every single time. Anyway, that was great tackling by Moises, but Dursby doesn't take the ball out his feet good enough. And now the advantage is back to Copenhagen, who are now counter-attacking down the left-hand side. We've got back into our defensive shape, though. And Moises and Jalaba combine defense, stop that attack. But Jalaba loses the ball, and the ball's back to Copenhagen. Quick first time, crossing the box. Oh no, Josh misses that. But excellent block from Achimpong to stop the shot going in. So we need to fix up, because Copenhagen, they are not afraid to, number one, play that early cross in the 6-yard box, and number two, they ain't afraid to throw men inside that box so far. I feel like they're looking a bit sharper out wide compared to us. You know? There's always like the right guy they need there just to put that ball in the box first time. But that was good defending by Achimpong to like make his body shape big. Make his surface area as big as possible to try and, put off the shot taker then. But, I was noticing this in the first leg. Like, Copenhagen, they're not afraid to get bodies inside the books. But anyway, I've got a super chat here. Karnish, my guy. Appreciate that, bro. Love from Toronto. Which academy grads should stay next season? That's a good question. I'm at a point right now, man, where it's maybe Achimpong's probably the only one I might say, but I wouldn't even deny this guy a loan move, realistically. I just think it's hard for us to integrate the youth alongside some of the new signings that we got coming through. I think it's quite hard to do that, man, realistically. I'm not too sure. Outside of Achimpong, there's not many youth guys I'm keeping here for next season. Even Tyreek George, realistically, I think Tyreek needs a loan. He needs a loan move straight from next season. Muaka, maybe. Muaka remains. I think he could remain here for another season and maybe try and get a few more minutes next season. But I've got to be realistic, man. I'd be surprised if Kendra remains, but if Kendra's here and Esteval's here, that's two 18-year-olds. I can't have 5 18-year-old guys in the squads. We need to focus on the guys we're really going to utilize in the first team. And for the rest, let these guys get minutes getting loan moves. I think Tyree could maybe get a loan move to Holland, potentially. That could be quite good for him. That's going to help his game even more. I feel like, anyway, going back to the game, and love for that, Karnish, bro. I appreciate the super chat, man. I feel like at the moment, it's a little bit of, the game looks quite similar to how we played it in the first leg. It's cagey the right word. Maybe it's like very like a disciplined type of game. We're not really forcing anything. We're not too aggressive with the press if we don't have to be. I mean, ideally, we're going to keep our energy and focus for Arsenal, right? That will be on the back of the minds of most of these guys. Moises didn't maybe tackle from the right angle then. There was a moment then to win the ball back. But anyway, we're seeing Copenhagen, they're not afraid to just keep possession of the ball. They're looking like a European class team. Like I was saying, it's unlucky for them that they met us so early in the competition, because they're like one of probably the top 5 teams in this competition this year. But again, they see what I mean? They constantly keep finding a free man wide, which is the fullback who's getting forward. We don't have anyone there that can really... that's like free space we're currently giving away right now. Eventually, it's going to lead towards some punishment for us. Like, I remember the game at the start of the season against Man City when what's the light-skinned kid's name? How can the light-skinned kids who was playing the inverted role with the afro? How am I forgetting his name? Man City squad. What's that kid's name, man? It's actually really annoying me that I'm forgetting it. What's his name? Not Nico O'Reilly. Shit. The small guy. Yeah, Rico Lewis. He was constantly just receiving in free space all the time in these wide areas. And that's what led to our punishment, especially in that first half. I just feel like, was this the game where we had to really invert? Did we have to really invert in this game today? I'm not too sure, man. I've been saying, I think against Arsenal, it will make sense to invert so we can try and compete in midfield. I think it's a big game tactic, but sometimes in these types of games, you can maybe assert the individualism of the player a little bit more without the system needing to really be there to handhold them. And I feel like it's these games sometimes where like the system flaws actually, they give an advantage to the opposition. Action Pung got sold then. He got sold. Just like poke the ball around him and ran on the end of that. Again, he's playing as a left back. He's playing out of position. When does he ever play left back on the left hand side? It's not the same. But again, a little bit naive then from Action Pung, you know, had no anticipation, and he needs to be a bit more like respectful of the opposition. Like, have your focus up, bro. Like, that was a bit of a schoolboy move then. But now Copenhagen, they've been the brighter team first half, which I don't like. They've been the brighter team. They have a corner now. Ali Nusi plays it short. Cross and Jorgensen easily claims out both hands. Can we start a quick counter-attack? No, because no one's made a run. So, I don't know what to say about that, to be fair. Everyone's still behind the ball. He rolls it to Moises Caicedo. Caicedo plays it back to Tosin, plays it forward to Action Pung. Action Pung, okay, the ball just about finds Dewsbury. Enzo, I keep getting Enzo and Neto mixed up all the time. Anyway, Enzo's driving up the field. But again, bro, look, it's like literally Sancho and Enzo against 4 guys on the left-hand side. It's not enough. It doesn't feel like it's enough. Switch ball now. Look, switch ball. Yet again, Copenhagen with a 3-man wide, but this time the switch ball quality was not good, and it was intercepted by Jalaba. Hey, realistically for me, make this a back 4 thing right now, honestly. Make it a back 4. It doesn't have to be inverted. I don't have to see Acheampong in midfield in this game today. I'm sorry. I don't have to see that. Let this guy go on the right side. Let him carry it forwards. Try and get the wingers involved in the game a bit more now, you know? Anyway, another ball, another cross. It's like 4 or 5 crosses in our books now from Copenhagen. And we've not even tested their keeper once so far in the first 20 minutes. You know, Moises receives again, the same move from like 2 minutes ago. Receives it to play it backwards. Moises plays that to Badia. Badia, can you just carry it forwards? Nope, he passes it to Enzo instead. Enzo has a lot of space to drive on the left-hand side. Plays it back inside to Acheampong, who plays it back to Badia. Again, like you see where Moises is slowing things down. I've been saying for time, why can't we just like have Jalaba move 20 yards up the field on the right-hand side? Because no one's there from Copenhagen to deal with things then. You know, playing through the middle. It was nice play for Moises, but like the probability that he was going to find Neto at the end with that pass, it was like, what, 10% that it goes through to him? It feels like we're making things a bit more difficult than we actually have to do. And again, everyone's behind the ball. Like outside of Enzo receiving that, I'm seeing 8 guys behind the ball. Like no one's running into spaces. No one's running in behind. I respect the fact that we might be playing results-based football, but my fear is going to be, you guys, my fear is going to be that we get found out for this eventually against a better opposition. Because I don't know. I feel like you have to mix and match the approach sometimes. Anyway, ball in the books. That was a interesting ball, but no one really like anticipated that properly from Enzo. But again, the set pieces is like the only threat we've shown so far. Enzo, nice little curler then with his right foot to the left sides. It wasn't a bad ball. It wasn't a bad delivery. Well, how are you guys feeling about things right now? Let me go to the chat right now. I'm sure you guys aren't feeling that inspired at the moment. KDH is so bad. Yeah, he's pretty mids. He is pretty mids. I mean, I understand maybe he was involved, so Maresca could sign for us. That's the only reason. That's the only logical reason I can see behind why we targeted Dewsbury Hall, to keep things real with you. But you think to yourself, if Kendry remains, surely Kendry replaces Dewsbury Hall in the team next season, right? Like, surely he's more suitable for that role. Anyway, Achimpong, he's been caught on the ball a little bit. I can sympathise. He's not playing in his best position. Like, it's these little tweaks where a fan could feel like maybe the coach is like over-coaching in a way. Like, surely there's enough balance that we can turn to with the squad we have, where Achimpong can play on the right side, where he can do things a little bit differently. Anyways, little break time now. What you guys saying in the chat? Hamza, yes, Hamza. Achimpong is playing the Kuka role. Fingers crossed. I mean, he's showing some promise when he's carrying it forwards. But I just feel like maybe when it comes to receiving, like from deep in the build-up, he has been caught on the ball a little bit sometimes. Like when he's receiving inverted in midfield, that's when he's looks a bit stronger. But, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. Like, we'll see if there's like any real utility behind this move, to be honest with you. My main fear is I just keep seeing Copenhagen. They got free space out wide. Like free space out wide for their fullbacks or a winger. And no one's like 10, 15 yards near them to deal with them. Yared's, it's like we got Kellyman and sold Matson. Exactly. PSR. Like the Kellyman move on 19, 20 mil for him. Yeah, obviously the kid's been injured. You know, a bit of a shame for him. Maybe in a different outlet universe, he's part of the squad and he's like playing the striker role. He looks a bit like a Havertz type of guy, in my opinion. But, I mean, my God, we would be really overpaid. And it's quite obvious these Prem clubs. I mean, the first month of the window in the summer was just all these PSR moves. Who can be player trade? Who can be flip? Who can be like sell to each other? Right, Tyreek, good tracking back then. Back to Dewsbury at Dewsbury. Oh, fuck's sake, man. That's a poor pass from Moises. But I thought Dewsbury would, but like no imagination on the board. Just passing the responsibility on to other players. At the moment, first 25 minutes, I would say that Copenhagen have been the better team. Or the more like purposeful team in this half so far. So Neto's telling Dewsbury Hall, you know, mark number 39, get tight to him. He's got to communicate that. Like, Dewsbury, like, you should know the system because you played in it last season. Like, you would think, you know, yo, I know the manager, I know the system. Yeah, I feel so confident about what I can do. I'm going to cook this season, you know? Bro, the complete opposite. And again, I'm not surprised. Like, I know I can't talk about the past, but you know what I hate about the past? Yeah, like, you know, like when you know you're right, but then everyone tells you you're wrong. And like, when time plays out and then the majority end up being wrong, like, no one cares that you were right before, you know? I feel like when you're a football fan, you have to accept that really and like not let it get to you. Because I just could never accept that people told themselves that Dewsbury Hall was like a Conor Gallagher with more technique because he banged 12 goals in the championship last season. Like, that was a logic that was so popular in the summer. I was just like, is that like, oh, that's like no consistency with the analysis, you know? Absolute insanity. And it just feels like it would have made more sense for us financially just to keep Gallagher. You know, you've got Dewsbury Hall for no reason. You got Felix for no reason, who's underperforming again at AC Milan. You know, you should have maybe just accepted paying over the odds for Amora Dion in the summer, right? Accept Amora Dion in the deal, and it would have been at least, it would have made more sense to have accepted him if you're allowing Gallagher to go. But to go for Felix was just like, terrible. But anyway, Tyreek's showing some goods, tracking back in this game so far, but he loses out 2v1 actually. Copenhagen maintaining the ball out wide again. They pass it backwards. We're not really pressing them. We're keeping like a bit of a mid-block. Sancho's going to their defender. They got a deep lying guy there, always receiving from the centre-backs. And again, free space out wide. Free space out wide again, which is it's encouraging someone to have to leave their position to make a run there. But Dewsbury doesn't even win that. Now he does win that. But he's, oh, come on, Dewsbury. Dewsbury flipping whore, man. That is so mid. Terrible, man. Terrible defending. Weak in the first duel and then gives away a flipping corner. Like, I know it might sound like I'm being very harsh. I am. But like at this level, you just, like, obviously because we're at a higher level, you just can't be doing like the little rookie stuff like this, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even seeing Tyreek making a mistake like that. Just gave away a corner for free then. But yeah, you guys, it's a very boring game. Let's keep it real. Anyway, they play the corner short again. Play it back inside. Cross. First time. Jorgensen deals with that easily, as I'm expecting him to. And can he play it? Can he quickly play it? Okay, finds Enzo on the left. Enzo. Okay, spreads that back to Tosin. And now the ball finds itself to the left-hand side again. Enzo. Like, when Enzo plays in this role, it reminds me a little bit of like Mason Mount sometimes. I don't know why, but just little like similarities. Badia's touch ain't there. Back to Neto, who's been drifting everywhere, but not really drifted inside the game yet. He's becoming an option on the right, on the left. See, okay, that's all right play. Not the best then, you know. Sancho now is moving to the right-hand sides. Tosin now. Neto is drifted to the left. So Tyreek George is playing up front at the moment. A bit of a new threat. Back inside to Achimpong. Switch ball to find Jaden, but yeah, okay. That was good play by Jaden. Then just sell the fly at the ball. Holds it off against two. Plays it back to Jalabo, who finds Moses inside. Back to Drev. Nice little turn by Drev then. He got too gassed. Got too carried away. But put pressure on. Put pressure on. Put pressure on. Put it on. It wasn't put on enough. But Josh is looking to really apply the pressure. And that's it. At least they have to take their throwing deep in their half now. Hopefully we can push some men forward now. Try and close down options. Let's see. I was looking at Palmer's reaction. He wasn't even looking at the field. Like, I know these guys like playing in the system, but like, I can't imagine. I wouldn't surprise me if these guys are like zoning out on the bench, realistically. Now, let's also understand this, right? Obviously, Copenhagen are using a back five setup. We're seeing maybe more teams now turning towards using a back five because they're like, you know what? When we was cooking at the first half of the season, it's because we always had an overloads down each side. There was always an extra man available. Now that teams are going man v man at the back now, that option doesn't exist anymore. So even though we could be a bit more ambitious, let's keep it real, we can't also forget that the opposition are also playing their part in the game being a bit boring based on how they're applying pressure. Because imagine if Copenhagen were pressing us high, pushing men forward. That would make a different game. And then we could play a lot more vertical passes in behind their lines. But they're not looking to do that. They're looking to hold their shape. They're looking to just push their blocks back a little bit. Lots of disciplined communication between the midfield lines and the defensive line. And they got five at the back, you know, and really good positions too across the field. So, you know, they play their part in the game being a bit boring. But equally, I'm sure Maresca probably expected these guys to play five at the back. I don't know. I just feel like... Listen, I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm not a manager. For Maresca, getting the result is more important than the performance. I understand that. I respect that. But being a fan, when you're watching the game, you're invested in the game, you wanna feel like a bit of something, you know? Like, you want to feel like... you want to see like your quality shine through against the weaker opposition, right? We're playing against a team there where, like, if Copenhagen were in the Prem, they probably be like relegation favorites right now. And so far, performances against the relegation teams, they've been effective, but they haven't been amazing. And I think that's been where maybe the fans are a little bit like, come on, we're expecting a little bit better, you know? But I feel like it's these type of games that separate the real Chelsea fans from like the pretenders, you know? Like if you can if you can watch this game knowing that like the Invincible finale is out today, for example, or whatever, then it's just like, you know, you're a real fan. I have to just let out a little groan, you guys. Can't help it. Yeah, I respect all the tactics and all that bullshit and stuff. I get it. But at the same time, from like an entertainment fan point of view, these games, bro, I actually hate watching these games. And I find it so easy to like zone out. I need to like go in my head to create a bit of enjoyment watching these games sometimes, honestly. Not seeing one exciting dribble from one of the wingers. Not seeing one nice little passage of play. Not one shot outside the box. No skill, no nothing. It's just like, these tactics games, bro. These tactics games, they just really just like just really hurt your soul, you know? Because you know it's going to be like this until the 90th minute. You know that, right? Like, and this is the thing sometimes with like tactics football. It's like, you're only as good as how effective your tactic is against the opposition's tactic. If the tactics are cancelling each other out, the games become mid like this. And it's just like, if I was a stranger that's never seen us play before, it's my first time ever watching us, I wouldn't understand why Moises Caicedo, the guy I read about, was bought for 116 mil. I wouldn't know why Enzo Fernandez got bought for the money he did. Jadon Sancho, the guy that was doing things at Dortmund's, you'd be confused right now with what he's showing on the field. But realistically, is it the players' fault that they're looking a bit mid? No, we know that Maresca's telling these guys, follow the system, follow the tactics, do what I say, you know? Fair enough, my guy, fair enough. But in an ideal world, yeah, because we don't live in an ideal world, I would love to see like the balance of both. Like in the big games, tactics up, go as crazy as you want with the tactics. But in these types of games, come on, let the players shine a little bit. You know what, you guys, action point. Kids, you're going to play as a right back. I want you to get forward. I want you to play close to Tyreek. I want you guys to cause some havoc. I want you to showcase your ability in this game today. You know what I mean? It's just like this tactic stuff sometimes, man. Like the fact that Copenhagen can come to the bridge, and again, if you are a fan that's never seen us play before, you're thinking, right, Copenhagen, is this Real Madrid? You know what I mean? You're getting confused with the white shirt you're seeing right now. Tactics football. Anyway, Tyreek, the first bit of something in the last 10 minutes, carries it forwards. Like when I see games like this, I get a little bit of fear for like, you know, your Estevals and Kendrys for next season, because how can they like cook to the fullest when they're just like getting suffocated by the system, you know? Like I get it. We can say our team's dead, but bro, I've seen like so many games like this, you know? We could have a brand new 11 full of the best players you can think of, and we still look a bit boring. We still look a bit mid because they're all just following the instructions and the rules, you know? Like, it's more about the approach and how we're set up more than the players not executing the approach. But look, we're seeing all these like pressing mistakes. The amount of times I'm seeing Neto or Sancho or someone pointing at someone else to be there and no one's there. I feel like my eyes are getting sleepier and sleepier. It's mad. Like, I look like I could pass out any second now. I should have drank some coffee for this game, man, realistically. Tyreek, nice little footwork. Some slow motion footwork, but it works. Okay, through on goal. But Sancho wasn't ready for that. He wasn't expecting that. My lord, bro. Dre, we need to push and get like 2 goals. The way we are playing is boring. You're right, bro. It's boring. It might be effective, but my God, is it boring. It's just like all the men behind the ball, bro. Look. And he's offside too. Oh, fuck off, man. I can't even lie to you guys. I'm getting a bit tired. This is going to be the shortest match review of the season, for sure. Unless something big happens second half, which, hey, don't bet on that happening. I can't see what there is to really talk about outside of just moaning, to be honest. And then some guy's going to comment and say, no, Nini, all you do is moan these days. What happened to you? What happened to you, Nini? Moaning all the time. My God, Maresca, man. Oh, why do you have to just beg the invertedness all the time, bro? Why do you have to force the invertedness sometimes? It wasn't needed, my guy. It was not needed tonight. In front of the fans. You're telling the fans, I need some passion, need some energy. Like, bro, not with this football. Like, let's keep it real. Like, you're not going to create no passion, no nothing. This is not aphrodisiac football, yeah? This is not aphrodisiac football. Like, no one's getting wet or hard for this. You know what I mean? This is the type of football you put on when you want to kill a mood. Let's keep it real. This is mood-killing football right here. Oh, my God, my brother. Like, can't even see Jeff just carry up the field then. We've got to pass. We've got to play it back to play it forward all the time. It's just like, Come on, Sancho, you're up finally up against your man. Back inside, doesn't take out his feet good because he's a mid-player, bro. Didn't even take the ball out his feet good, man. Fucking hell, Dewsbury Hall. This is like the only good thing we've done this first half. The only good thing. Good run by Dewsbury, but look at the touch on this guy. Look, can't take out his feet. Like, that, you take, your first touch is that good, but your second touch is taking the shot on goal. Like, that was a scripted moment for him to do that. And he couldn't even do that, man. I'm actually tired of Dewsbury Hall. Like, he's the first guy to go next season, realistically. Listen, he's a nice guy. I'm sure he is, whatever. But nah, the levels, he's not of the levels at all. Oh, flipping hell. Moises, man. Moises. Look at him tracking back then. Like, you think we're playing Arsenal. That's the type of intensity I'm expecting Moises to have on the weekend. Look, he has to be alert for that then. I mean, that was great play by him. Look how he reads that danger then. Flipping Badia just ball watching, don't know what he's doing, where his positioning is, and now another corner for Copenhagen. Maybe if they score, that will wake us up. Oh yeah, as if that's going to do something. Oh, I mean, there was no pace from that header then, but it was unmarked. Ball in behind, does it find Neto? Nah, it doesn't. I feel sorry for Neto. He's just looking like a Timo Werner these last 2 games, right? But it's like he's not even given the license to showcase his quality, realistically. My lord, man. But yeah, Enzo, the press conference has to be very humble and very short and very brief today. Like, no calling out the fans, no doing this, no doing that. I mean, come on. Like, you've not inspired nothing with this football today, my guy. Oh, fuck. You know what? Obviously, it's not the first time we've seen football like this. I feel like when you've just seen it so often, I can only speak for myself, but it makes you like lose patience. Like your patience wears even thinner when you keep on seeing it. Oh Neto, first shot on target this game. Neto, Winch. He tried it. He tried it. He tried it. I get it. He was getting forced away from goal, but maybe take the shot early, man. Take the flipping shot early. You know. Oh my god, bro. First half, no shots on goal. Oh. Head down, head down. Looking like Timo, bro. Looking like Timo. Looking like Timo Werner right now. I'm praying for something second half. I'm praying for something second half. Dewsbury back to Moises. Moises back to Tosin. Tosin, who's he going to spam it to? Playing it backwards to go forwards. Enzo wins the free kick. And I just hate when there's free kicks in a game like this. Just like slows the game down even more. I'm trying to speed through this half. I'm trying to get through this half real quick, man. I'm not trying to waste time in this first half. Okay, come on, man. That's it. Back to Moises. What's he going to do? To Enzo. Oh, my lord, bro. Been crying for a strike when the goalkeeper. Daniel, we just need a striker at any actual striker. I don't even know. Bro, like, if we can't even create anything for Neto, I'm not, obviously he's not a striker. I can't see what a striker does in this game, realistically. I can't see the difference being made. The fact I'm seeing Palmer and Cucurella warming up, this is a massive L. I'm sorry, this is a massive L. The fact these guys might have to come on in the second half to safeguard the win. Now, listen, you can blame the players. I'm blaming the approach today. There was no need for no inverted this. We could have easily have used like natural fullbacks to go forwards. You know, you relied on our player quality to win us the half and then seal the game out playing this way. I'd happily end the last half an hour against Arsenal in the weekends playing this way if we have a lead. I'm fine with that. But come on, when you're playing against Copenhagen in the Conference League, yeah, in the Conference League, and you're at home, and you're seeing Enzo's and Moises and Neto's and Sancho's and all these O's in the team, yeah, you're expecting for better things. You're expecting that this half wouldn't have 0 shots on target, yeah. You're expecting that you're seeing 10 shots minimum. You know, some application, some energy to want to get forward. It's just like the system stuff, like when you're forcing the system play all the time, man. You know, you just like kill the imagination of the game sometimes. You know, I'll never listen. We got an old ass fan base at home, right? I understand that, but I mean, you're aging these guys even more playing this way. It just doesn't do anything. Like when the opposition are on point and they cancel you out, it's just a nothing game of football. A nothing game of football that's wasting everyone's time right now. Oh. Look at the reactions. Look at Neto's reaction from the close up. You think these guys are happy? You think they're impressed with their performance? You think they're happy with what they have to do? You know, I just see limitations everywhere. Every time the winger's got a ball, it's going backwards because there's no flipping fullback. There's no one there. Like, you know, like it's been so refreshing, yeah, watching Champions League, watching other teams play like Liverpool, PSG, Atleti, Real Madrid. Watching how these teams play, you know, they're using back fours. They're not afraid to, you know, showcase their ability in tight spaces. They're not afraid to rotate players in and out of positions, you know. They're not afraid to push men forwards to create third man runs. Like you're playing against Copenhagen, bro. You're not playing against any like elite level team. Like they're a good team. They're a European caliber team. Copenhagen are a good team, but they'd be relegated if they were in the Prem. They'd be like a top 8 championship team realistically, you know. And like this football, this approach with all these stars you have on the field, This is the only way you can approach this game today. Yeah? The only way. Not even taking a risk. Hey, Samuel Smith, we got no left backs. I want to rest Kukurea. I don't want to see, guys playing out of position, playing left back again. You're going to be playing tonight, boy. Get your shin pads on, get your boots on. You're going to have a chance to really impress me today. Action prone, you're going to play on the right-hand side. We're going to have two natural fullbacks going forward. The fullbacks are going to be tight to the wingers, so the wingers have an option. And we're going to try and beat them out wides, play through them, and create opportunities where our quality can seal the game. Like, we're in the Conference League, yeah? We're not in the Champions League. We're not... It's boring. It's so boring. It's actually so boring. I don't like talking like this, but like, what can you really like? You have to be like the most like positive fan of all time. If you can find positives in this game, I guess your positive would be, oh, it's a clean sheet still. Oh, but still gonna progress to the quarterfinals. At least we haven't exhausted like too much energy because we're focusing on Arsenal. I mean, if you're getting something from that, from the positivity, fair enough. You're a real fan. You're a better one than me if you can find a positive in this half, yeah. But I'm sorry, man. It just feels like the system stuff gets forced a bit too much than it has to be. Too much. The players don't look fucking excited on the field. They're not looking enthusiastic. I'm just seeing a lot of frustration here, frustration there, frustration there. And it feels like it's been by design tonight. By design. But you guys, please, like, moan with me. Please moan with me. I don't want to be, like, the only moaner here. I know you guys aren't impressed. Mikel, embarrassing. KP, I need a joint right now. Bro, pass me the blunt too, man. CC Agent, getting outplayed by Copenhagen. What the F? I know. Christian, will be good in the second half. Exactly. It will be good when Palmer has to come on, because I don't know why he has to come on, but it seems like he's getting ready to. Players look asleep. Yeah, I think he would be asleep playing this way, to be fair with you. Listen, a part of me wishes these guys would also be a bit braver on the ball. My criticism last week remains the same this week. These modern day players, they're too quick to hide behind the system. Don't you guys agree? These modern day players are so quick to hide behind the system. Oh, the manager said I need to do this, so fuck it. I'm going to listen to him. They move like NPCs on the field. Like, they got no brain. They got no soul. They got no mind of their own. They got no interpretation of this. No risk taking here. No outside the box thinking. No nothing. They're just here to collect their paycheck in these types of games. Do what the manager says. And get home as soon as possible to the missus and the kids. You know? Being tactically outclassed by Copenhagen. I mean, I wouldn't say outclassed, but because we're playing this system football, we've allowed Copenhagen a way through us, you know. They haven't done much, but we've all seen that they have 3 men out wide for crosses. And they're actually forcing something. They've had like 4 or 5 attempts against our 0 in that first half. I mean, I don't get it. For me, you apply pressure out wide. That was the approach today. You apply the pressure out wide, overload them that way. You know, if you've got talents like Sancho and Netos and stuff like that, and Tyree George, you know, have options close to them. For God's sake, I'm seeing Sancho receiving it, and it's him and Enzo Fernandez up against 4 guys from Copenhagen out wide, and the rest of our team is behind the ball or like on the opposite side of the field. It's just like, this can't be the only way every single time. I can't accept that, because we saw better this season. So I can't accept that. Yeah? Maresca, please, like, he's adaptable. But fuck me, these recent games, bro, they've been so boring, I have to say. These recent games, like I said, it separates the hardcore Chelsea fan from just like the average one. You know what I mean? Okay, this guy's just, I mean, hey, I get it. SK Gaming, it's a boring game. You're trying to entertain yourself with, you know, the Tottenham stuff. Fair enough. It's not that entertaining. But I understand in games like this, man, it just makes you lose your minds with the boredom. I get it. So if you want to have a bit of fun spamming the chat for a bit, go ahead, man. I just really don't care at this point. Mikel, Nini, you have had the same. Nini, you have had the same amount of shots and all our players in the first half. That's a good one. A slick entertainment. SK Gaming's got me triggered. At least you're feeling something after this half, man. At least SK Gaming's giving us something to feel. Pablo, Action Jackson is the system. It seems like it, but bro, this is what I mean. Like a lot of us actually. I wasn't like a unique guy to notice this. A lot of us knew that. Listen, Nico's shooting's frustrating, but he actually does bring benefits in terms of how he play in the system. We all knew that. All of us, if you're watching me, you knew that yourself. But it's just crazy how without this guy, that the difference that you see it is kind of mad. But regardless, though, it's just more than that. I'm sorry, like. I keep saying it. This wasn't a game where you have to use inverted midfield players. It's like you're playing into Copenhagen's hands. I don't know why you've got action from playing inverted today. For what business? For what deal? For what reason? Like, can you imagine? That's in a game like this. Enzo, you know what? You're gonna play a bit deeper today, yeah, mate. Because we're gonna have your action prongs booming forwards with overlaps. There's going to be the overlap on the left-hand side. You're going to be the connector in midfield that's going to be playing these balls over the top to find these runs. You're telling me that could have easily been the approach today. And I think you're getting a bit of something in this game, right? But my God, is it pathetic, you know? You know, like these opposition, like the mid-blocks, they screen us out. No one in midfield. Not enough options out wide. Not enough options centrally. Guys just hiding behind the system. And the only thing we look to do to break teams down, which pisses me off, if you guys are seeing the highlights now on TNT, is always spamming this fucking line breaker. Like, do you guys notice that? We're spamming the line breaker pass. So yeah, it's cool. Once every 5 attempts, the line breaker finds his man. But when the player receives the line breaking pass, he's got 2 men on him straight away. It's not even leading to nothing. It's getting spammed for no reason. And it's looking hella predictable as well. Like, that's the only option we have. Like, in terms of our options to break the opposition down, it's just the line breaker pass in the middle and nothing else, bro. Like, when I watch PSG and all these flipping teams in the CL this week, man, the combinations, everything you're seeing that's being done. I'm sorry, Enzo, bro. I'm sorry. I get you want to focus on the results, but please don't let us suffer like this, man. I'm sorry. Oh, anyway, Christoph, appreciate the love, man. Do we acknowledge the coach's inexperience? It's got nothing to do with the inexperience. I don't think so. It's got nothing to do with that. I think he's just, I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why he's forcing it, but I don't think it's an inexperience issue, to be honest with you. But what do you guys think about what Christoph said? Do you feel like it could be an inexperienced thing? Because I'm thinking to myself, what is the inexperience? Is it the inexperience to be like he's too scared to maybe try a different approach, or is it the inexperience from what? I'm trying to think, because maybe again I'm trying to think, but again, you guys in the chat, what do you think of Christoph's question? Do you think Maresca's showing inexperience in the moment? Anyway, Casey Day, appreciate that, man. 0 shots on target from a 2 billion team against a team founded 30 years ago in the Superliga. Embarrassing. What a mess. Yeah, Maresca, man, just don't be calling out the fans when this is what you're offering, bro. I'm sorry. Please, please, please. You know, you don't have to do this. This is what annoys me with Enzo. You don't have to do this, yeah? You don't... Like, remember that game, first half against Crystal Palace, when he surprised us all with, like, the Gusto and Kukurea classic back four thing? You know what I mean? He's got this in him. So my reasoning is, why is he just spamming the negativity? Like, why are you spamming it? You know, like, there's just no options, there's no solutions. I just don't see how we can break a team down playing this way, realistically, yeah? You're asking too much from the players. You're asking too much from them. What they have to, like, constantly beat guys 2v1 to create, just so we can keep our defensive shape and stop counterattacks. Listen, from what I see, Maresca has got shook recently from how many games we lost near the end, after having explosive starts, having sick first halves, and then losing steam, and losing discipline, and losing our leads near the end. So I feel like what he's doing now is the opposite. He's going straight to Italian Tactics 101, team shape, team discipline, and men behind the ball. We're going to control the game defensively by keeping the ball and having men behind it. And hopefully there's enough quality in this team to score from the 1 or 2 attacks that we hope we can make. Like, that's how I see it. And it's just like, come on, Enzo, please. I get it, but you don't have to force it this hard, man. You don't have to force it this negative. Like, you put the levers to like 100s on the negativity scale. It don't have to be like this, bro. It don't have to be like this. Come on. It doesn't have to be like this. Like, I'm not even getting a run. Yeah, the game's so fucking expensive in terms of the tickets, the commitment, all this nonsense. Yeah, and this is like, I'm sorry. The game is an entertainment at the end of the day. Yeah, it's an entertainment. It's an entertainment. There's more important things in life than football. And you're asking a lot of commitment from people. You don't have to force this negativity to ruin the spectacle. And I'm sorry. It's Copenhagen, for God's sake. We got a 2-1 lead. Anyway, floor me. Palmer out warming up. Cuckoo too. Maybe Maresca's thinking, you know what, Achimpong, yeah, you're not there. You're clearly, obviously, not the flipping inverted left back. Obviously, I didn't have much faith and confidence that was going to work at all, to be honest with you. So hopefully Cucurella will just bring a bit more balance and at least will find himself closer with Jadon Sancho. Fair enough. Yeah. And Palmer, I mean, you know, obviously I feel for Palmer recently. I'm not mad against this kid for having a bit of a fall off in form. It was bound to happen at some point. He's been playing out of his skin for how long now? But yeah, let's see what you can do, realistically. I mean, if Palmer was playing in the first half, I think he'd be frustrated because he'd be like, who the hell am I passing to? Who can I play balls to? There's not enough options in front of me. John D, another boring match. Feels like I'm watching a funeral. Yep. Brandon, do you think Pires and SFL will get minutes next season along with Santos? I mean, they better get minutes, because this whole model they're doing of youth first, I thought it was so your Estevals and Kendrys and Santos's can become the stars. So they're going to have to. They are going to have to, for sure. I think Santos will. I think this guy's a talent. I think Esteval will. I'm a bit skeptical around Esteval though, because my fear is that if we continue playing this like flipping sluggish wing play we've been seeing recently, I'm sorry, do you guys realistically think Esteval, let's say if Esteval was playing over Sancho or Tyree today, do you think you're seeing a big difference in terms of the quality of the game stepping up? Like, do you think Esteval has the license to get past 3-4 guys or attempt 5 dribbles in this half? Absolutely not. The conditions aren't being created for that to really happen. So I'm just hoping that, you know, we're not going to ruin some of the talents we have because of this like negative shit, you know? If anything, with this double sub of Cucurella and Palmer, I mean, the fact we have to turn towards the big guys, it says quite a lot about the approach in this game. My criticism is more on Maresca's approach compared to the players, to be fair with you. Like, you're not inspiring them to do anything on the field. Let's keep it real. But anyway, at least Cucurella is a more natural option on the left. Can he get another goal today? I mean, that's what he's in the team for, which is a mad thing, to get goals, which is mad. Oh, he replaces Achimpong. Oh. This is what I mean, bro. Like, he's going back to the classic. Look at Palmer coming on with that smile on his face. Okay, so Enzo's off. Why is this guy laughing for? But yeah, Achimpong. Okay, so all the kids are coming off now. Experiences on. We're grinding this result basically. So that's what I mean. He's doing that classic like Conte thing, you know, the Italian manager thing of, I don't like that we've been conceding goals, so we're gonna keep things very rigid. We're gonna keep things very effective, very pragmatic. We're playing pragmatic ball right now. It's not fun, man. It's not exciting. Ina, how are you, Ina? Hi, Nini. Is Broja injured? Yes, Broja is still injured. He's injured. Thatcher Fofana is injured. Yeah, they're not available. SK Gaming, the guts. That's a Tottenham. Nuhu, Chalobah and Neto have been offered today. I mean, they have, but it's just like, bro, like, what can they really do? Like, this is what I mean. I don't see what they can really do. Tuchel allowed Jalaba to get forward more. Maresca's clearly told Jalaba, no, you're not allowed to push further forward. You stay in line in that back three. See, look, even then, he could have gone past the halfway line and he didn't do it. Like, did you see that, you guys? If this was Tuchel, at least he encouraged these guys to get forward. But anyway, we spammed the line breaker to Cole Palmer. He's up against 2 on him, as I was saying. And that's the only fucking attack we have, realistically. Spam the line breaker. The receiver has 2 guys on him straight. But I guess it's a safe way to win. I think Maresca he's applying safety first. It seems a bit too much. But in his head, he's probably thinking, listen, I wasn't caring about the safety first, and we weren't winning games. We weren't getting results. So I don't care about what the fans say. I don't care about no one. Since these owners told me if I don't get CO, I don't have a job next season, I got to flip the scripts. I got to switch the game plan up. I'm going to be playing the most boring football you've ever seen if it means I'm keeping my job and I'm securing results. That is the impression I'm getting from these last few games. And it all comes from the fact that for 90% of this season, Maresca said, I wasn't hired for CL football. I wasn't hired to secure CL football. And then from this, like a few weeks back, now all of a sudden, you know, I've got ambitions to win everything. We are here to get top 4. It's clear that it's just from the top saying, hey, this Jordan deal is not going to get secured if you're not going to be getting the CL for us this season. So, yeah, for me, this explains what we're seeing now in terms of the approach. Anyway, Jalaba, again, big moment for him to get the first goal. But, yeah, this is what happens when you're just playing for moments, right? Trev back inside to Tosin. Just the same, like, repetitive motions. Like, we just know the movements off by heart by now, you know? Okay, Jalaba's allowed the license to get forward this time. Tyreek back inside to Dewsbury. Dewsbury can't even do a fucking Cruyff turn. He can't fool his man. You know, no imagination, no bravery from Dewsbury Hall. Just play the pass backwards. This guy, man. Dewsbury, safety again. Sancho inside. Inside, takes a shot. At the keeper, back to Cuckoo. Okay, 2 shots in the first 3 minutes is something. Obviously, a better balance now that Palmer's receiving between the lines. And obviously, Cucurella doubling up alongside Jadon Sancho. It's been helpful. Anyway, General Moises. Oh, come off it, ref. Me gusta marijuana, me gusta. Me gusta marijuana, me gusta. Me gusta, me gusta, me gusta. Oh, but boys, chat, what do you guys think the scoreline could be? Like, I listen, if we don't progress to the quarterfinals, I'm not trying to be in that timeline. I'm really not trying to be in that universe, you know? Jadon, that's a nice little turn, but doing the most. Cuckoo's there to back his guy in possession back. Jadon applying the press. Copenhagen, another opportunity now to build up from deep. Plays it wide. Okay, a bit better pressure now. Applying pressure to the wide guy. We weren't doing that in the first half. Tyreek now applying pressure on the ball receiver. See, we're applying more pressure out wide. We weren't doing that in the first half. Not this high up. We were allowing them to like play past the halfway line. So it's something. It is something. Is this what Maresca's thinking? Would we play one dead half? We'd be played to win one half at a time. Like, I say this because obviously from like years of like covering football, looking at analysis pieces and covering the tactics and stuff like that, You know, I can't tell you guys that most managers are idiots and they don't know what they're doing. I can't. That would be very arrogant of me to say that. Oh fuck. Yeah, no quality then from Copenhagen. Zero quality then. That was a dangerous moment then. Absolutely flops it. But like I'm saying, I can't tell you guys. I'd be too arrogant if I was like, these guys are not good enough. They're dead. They're dumb. No. What I've realized from my own experience from covering this stuff so much over the years is that there's reasons why certain things are by design. There's reasons why managers switch things up or make things negative or positive or whatever. You know, there's always reasons behind why. So, you know, I'm trying to understand them. I feel like I might get it. I'm not going to say I confidently know. I feel like I might get it. But it does feel like Maresca recently has been upset with how we used to play a lot of games being the better team and we'd end up losing the game in the end. So now he said, you know what, we're going to play a lot more tighter. We're going to play with a lot more men behind the ball. We're going to play for moments now. Before we weren't playing for moments like what we're doing now, you know? There was a lot more imagination behind how we were looking to break teams down. Okay, the fact Chelsea isn't winning with the ref favouring them so much is hilarious. Cuckoo has just stood there like a CF these days. I know. I keep saying the Marcos Alonso regen, man. Even that winner he got against Leicester City, I swear Alonso scored a similar goal like that back in the day. Dewsbury Hall just hoof up the field like he's in the championship. This guy, man. RGN, a loss is an alternate universe where I'm not a Chelsea fan. Okay, so if we don't win today, that's it. You call it quits on the blue badge. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done. Like on a separate note, if you think about it, like what's stopping any fan just, you know, like what's stopping anyone just being like, you know what, I'm tired of being a Chelsea fan. I'm going to start supporting Barcelona or Real Madrid now. Obviously, you know, when you're locked in with your club, yeah, you're with them to the end. That's how it works. You can't be yo-yoing like that. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Nicholas, this performance will only increase the calls for more demonstrations at the bridge. Blue Co out, or is it who out? I mean, don't even get me started on the protest. Listen, I thought, listen, if any fan wants to air their grievances, they can. And I respected all the fans who went to the bridge to air them. I thought it was a little bit, like, personally, I just felt the timing was a bit off. Like, we weren't in the trenches that bad yet for a demonstration to really be needed. But I understood where the energy came from, why it became like that, you know? It was more the uncertainty, the fear, not really seeing strong progress over the years. And obviously, prices are going up. It's difficult to get tickets. You're seeing stuff in the press about how flipping Todd Bowley's, invested in a company that resells tickets. And most of the tickets you can't secure at the bridge. Oh, Dewsbury. Has he scored? Oh, of course it had to be Dewsbury Hall breaking the deadlock, man. I've been on this guy the entire game. Great goal from Dewsbury. Great goal. And that's it, boys. Dewsbury Hall has secured our quarter-final spot. We don't even really see that. Is there like much energy in the celebration from the fans? But he keeps celebrating as if he's going to find himself playing against Arsenal this weekend. Like, so how did this even come then? So Kukurea, good counter-pressing. Dewsbury, okay, just fights himself into that position. And it was a nice finish then. Away from the keeper. Bottom right corner. But this is like a championship goal though, to be fair. Again, because like Copenhagen, I respect to them. But like, come on. Like, a team like this concedes a goal like this. You know, you're not going to see this goal scored in the Premier League. Let's keep it real. But anyway, thank gods. That's it now. Quarterfinal done. Oh shit. I just clocked that my timer is all over the place right now. 55. Oh, that's better now. That's better. That's better. Come on, can we make it 2? Can we get the second goal now? Back to Dewsbury. Head up. Who's he found? Plays it. Finds Moises in the lines. Moises plays it back to Sancho. Yep. Palmer. Tries to cut insides. Plays a pass out wide to Kukurea. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Yep. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Right now, you guys, I'm feeling like absolutely exhausted. I've been going so crazy with the workouts. I've been trying to just like completely just re-scope my my workout routines. Every workout now, first thing in the morning when I get up. The steps I'm doing is crazy. Today I did 22,000 steps. I don't know how I did that. Over this week, 15k steps, 14k, 16, 18, 20 yesterday, 22 today. And I got to do back again tomorrow. And I got full body on Saturday. Flipping hell. I feel like I'm starting to feel like my body's taking a bit of a toll now. I might have to just like calm down a little bit now. You guys, I'm trying to get lean. I was looking at all my old videos like not too long ago, and I just thought to myself, I've not really evolved much physically online, which is not a good thing, you know? There has to be more progress in that department. Alright, Larsen's coming on. Wasn't this guy in the Bundesliga or something? Clayton's off. This guy's going to Dortmund, their goalkeeper. He's on loan from Ajax, but Dortmund have engineered the deal. Now, there was talks that Kobel would be leaving Dortmund, and obviously Kobel's had interest here. I mean, you know, the owners are saying, oh, no goalkeeper in the summer. But I mean, how often do we read these like club briefing reports, right? And then the opposite happens in the summer window. You know. Come on, Sancho, drive at them. Come on. Some excitement, some energy. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Bro, you're making me tired. No more yawning. I'm not even doing it on purpose. I'm really not. The reason why I told you about the workout stuff is because I'm trying to apply the context behind why I'm feeling more tired, I guess. Like, it's going to be an early night for me, but once this game's over and the review's out, I'm going straight to bed. Come on, counter-attack. The game's open up a bit more now. Thank God. Come on. Neto, right inside. Head down. Can he get past your man? Can someone get past the man today? Oh, he takes it back inside. He takes it back inside. Palmer. Bro, was it not like... we couldn't have done something better then when Neto was carrying the ball. Who's there on the right? No one's there, so now it has to come back inside again. Oh my lord, man. Oh, Moises. Neto, take the shot, bro. Too late, man. Too late. Too late. Too late, Neto. This guy's not even alert. He was not even ready. Didn't even know what was happening behind. But to be fair, he looks like he's been quite frustrated throughout this whole game. To be like, his head's not been properly like in the game. I mean, I in a way I can't blame him. I'd be very... if I was a striker playing for Chelsea, I'd feel superly frustrated. Because when I see other strikers cooking at most clubs, the service they get, the way their teammates look to find them, all these little details. Like, we've never really had that at this football club. But we're always obsessed with signing a striker we feel on paper could get 25, 30 goals. But like, in reality, we don't actually play a way that would ever allow them to score that amount of goals. But let's keep it real. Like, the only striker who was an absolute anomaly was Didier Drogba. It'll be a very long time until we see a striker that good playing for us, that could do what Drogba did. Oh, I bought a touch from Palmer. The second touch kind of killed it then. Dewsbury. Come on, someone's out wide. No, doesn't find him. Kukurea. Back to Badia. Neto's inside. Back to Chalobah. You see how everyone just like passes the ball. They just kind of just stay in their positions. That no one's... they're just like, you know, look at Kukurea, Sancho. They're just staying in their position. They're not like dropping a bit deep to try and be an option. Like, everyone just kind of... it's just so robotic sometimes, isn't it? Okay, now Sancho, yep. You receive a bit deeper. I need to play it back inside. Fucking hell, man. Okay, that's a bit better. Palmer. Please take the shot, Palmer. Please. Please, Palmer. Oh. But, bro, like 2 months ago, this was on target. This was going bottom left bins. It's like he didn't like set his body up quickly enough to take that shot off then. Christo is coming on the field. Is that okay? As expected. So I guess it's Christo's turn to suffer up front now. But I mean, realistically, I'm guessing Neto will still keep playing up front. I'm sure Nkunku's going to play on the left-hand side now. Bro, seeing Nkunku play for us is actually a bit depressing, I have to say. Like, knowing what he was doing before and what he could have been and seeing the reality is... I hate that I just have this thing where the players that I've invested time into watching, like Ziyech was like the last one, comes here and is like a shadow of himself. So, okay, so Nkunku is up front now. Okay, so here's his turn to suffer. It's the only thing we can do with Nkunku this season. This guy was like doing big things in the CL, big things in the Bundesliga. Just, oh, come on, Christo. Copenhagen, just accept you've lost the game, man. Come on. Diego Costa was class. He was good for us. But he wasn't, he was still reliant on service in a way compared to Drogba, where Drogba could create without service. He could still, contribute to the team, put the assists in, create key moments for other guys. Like, he had a very difficult role, playing like that complete striker role for us. Like, Costa wasn't as technically good as Didier Drogba. Oh, how did he find a way to play through? Sancho can't cross, even cut back in the box. He can never do that. I know. It's like, we have to buy him an obligation to buy to, which is, yeah. But again, Sancho, seeing what he was like once upon a time, we were hoping he was going to be playing alongside Hudson-Odoi. That was going to be the new attack, right? Haaland's, Sancho, and Hudson-Odoi. It really feels like, momentum is so key. If Sancho maybe came straight to us after signing from Dortmund, I think he'd be on a different level right now compared to having to suffer at United for the last 2 years. Like it definitely, like, the wrong move can definitely affect your game. Like, look at like a random example, like Ben Rama. When Ben Rama went to West Ham, like, Ben Rama was doing flipping 5-star skill moves for fun with Brentford. His big mistake, his massive mistake, was not staying at Brentford. He would have been a legend at Brentford. He would have absolutely cooked for them, and he would have played his football, and he would have been 10 times more exciting in the Premier League compared to having that stuff coached out of him from David Moyes. And that's what happens sometimes. You go to the wrong club and shit gets coached out of you, or not encouraged, or XYZ, Like, the conditions that you once thrived in don't exist anymore. Like, so many examples. I think Nkunku's a key example of that. Yeah, you can. It's quite clear Cole Palmer is the reason why Nkunku can't. Nkunku. But still, you would just hope there's a more like effective use of him, a better use of him. At least Nkunku won't need to be told to take it easy and conserve energy per the plan. Yep, empty seats at the bridge, no shirt sponsors, Clown ain't doing a great job, exactly. Definitely a lot of L's with what they've done this season, man. Costa got Fabregas. He did. But I still feel like Costa was, system reliant to a degree. No, not system reliant. Sorry, more like service reliant compared to like a Drogba. Still, the way him and Conte fell out, it did feel like Costa left maybe a bit too soon than he should have left, to be honest. But when he went back to Atleti, he didn't just like cook instantly and go back to scoring 20 goals a season. I think maybe he peaks under us, and then that was it then, realistically. But to be fair, I think Costa, what messed it up was that I think he wasn't training at all. And then he went back to Brazil and he wasn't playing football for time, and that momentum just left.
So, hey man, so what I'm saying about the breed is that we should find something that
Okay, come on, boys. I feel like time is going so slow right now, no? Hella slow right now. Good header, Kukurea. Come on. This is it. 2-0. Tyreek back inside. Little step over. Nice play. The ball was behind him. He's kept it, played it back to Kukurea on the left. Moises. Bro, I can't remember the last time I've seen Moises play forward passes in like these last 3 games. Trevor Chalobah back inside. Tosin. All the way back. All the way back. Thank you, Moises. Oh! No one wins that. Of course they don't. Oh, my lord. And it's still back to Copenhagen. My lord. Bro, if we're pressing like this against Arsenal on the weekend, we're cooked. Like, it's over for us. Thank you, Moises. Tyreek, just take it for yourself, mate. Take it for yourself. Take the shot off, mate. I mean, I wanted him to do that. I mean, it would have been something off script at least. I mean, this guy's got good shooting technique. Like, he'll showcase that when he's able to play consistently week in, week out. This is why he definitely needs a loan move next season. Don't listen to Maresca. He'll tell you, stay with the squad, learn from us, blah, blah, blah. No. You need minutes. Good pass in Kunku. Took him too wide, though. No one even made the run inside the box for any cutback or nothing. And, yeah, just a bit of a waste then. KDH has grown into the game after his goal. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, maybe I'm too tired or too cynical or too much of a hater. Outside of the goal, there's not much he's done that's really inspired me, to be honest with you. Yes, Palmer. Okay, Palmer, just pass it, man. Come on. Just pass the ball, man. Come on, and Kunku, take the shots! This brother. But we can't act like realistically that we haven't played this type of game throughout our history or our recent history. Like, I remember like bare games like against like Zelina and like remember Cluj, like when Hazard had to come on with a banger near the end to take it into extra time. Like, we've always played this type of dead game in Europe. I'm getting like all these flashbacks of the dead games I've seen over the last like 10, 15 years. Like, you guys in the chat, what's like the 3 most boring games that you've seen us play, in your opinion? What's like 3 boring games that like really like are unforgettable from how boring they were? Badia back inside to Moises. Can he play it forward? He tries to, but it's kind of hard. Oh, see, I don't want to see Moises making these tackles, bro. Not when he got Arsenal coming up. I don't want to see him force into these actions. But that's the thing about Moises that I like in a way. It doesn't matter what opposition he's playing against. He plays against them in the exact same manner. You could be Man City. You could be Wrexham. He's going to play his game the exact same way. Oh, on his foot. Oh. Man City versus Chelsea, 17-18 away. One of the most diabolical games in our history. Oh my God. Yeah, you can never forget that one. You can never forget that game. Yeah, that was horrendous. There's been some bad games under Mourinho as well. I'm trying to remember, like, off the top of my head, like, what's like one of the worst Mourinho games? There's been a few, I can't lie. No, FC Noah wasn't great yet. Bro, there's actually been a shit ton. Even last season, last season there were some bad games, but I don't think as boring as some of this stuff. Actually, no, maybe starting to start, like when Pochettino was first starting. I remember that game against Nottingham Forest being really bad. Palmer, poor free kick, man. My lords, please hurry up. Mohammed, I'm conflicted. I'm in a conflicted state where I want other English teams to advance in Europe so we could potentially get the 5th spot and eventually play in CL. I mean, bro, it has to be the case realistically. You know, I think 5th spot has to be an option, even though top 4 has to be secured. But yeah, we're gonna need that, bro. We're gonna need that 5th spot to be available for us. Moises, he's still up. He's the captain now. Moises, where's the option? I mean, you're kind of doing the most, but I mean, he's kept it. Good play, I guess. Kenneth, the game against Wolves last season where Sterling misses, that was pretty diabolical, yeah. Oh, those horrendous actions from Raheem Sterling. I mean, Moises, that's it. It's probably time to let this guy have a rest, man, for God's sake. Like, he's become our new Kante. Like, I don't want Moises here to get abused, but let's say 2 seasons down the line, he ends up suffering like Kante did in his final seasons with us because he was getting played week in, week out, 24/7. Not enough adequate like rotation for him. And he's playing like, you know, with intensity in every single game. Like, he needs to get a bit of a rest. Anyway, Reece James will be playing in midfield then, clearly. Not even playing a Mugu. I mean, to be fair, I think this kid is very raw. Very raw. Sorry I keep yawning, you guys. I'm not even doing it on purpose. I think it's my body saying I need a rest now. Tosin. Like, not one piece of good wing play this entire game. Diabolical stuff, man. Badia. Would it surprise you if Badia gets sold in the summer? Probably not, to be fair. I think he might decide he wants to bounce and get more game time. I mean, in a way, I feel for Badia. Like, he definitely has these raw things of his game, which surprised me more, to be fair. But I think what's ruined it for him here is that he doesn't play week in, week out. If he played week in, week out, he would have ironed some of these mistakes out of his game. But he's not playing often, or he's injured, and it's not a good position to be in. But he does have a very cultured left foot. Like, I can see why he was bought. He could come good in the future, but he's one of those guys where it's like, listen, I'm 22, 23. If I'm not playing consistently for the next 3 years, I'm not going to be the player I want to be at 25, 26. Chalobah, Neto, Dewsbury, that's it. Like, it's always spamming the line breakers, man. Just these fast attacks. It's just like, it's just not enough. And even the pass from Dewsbury, the technique was terrible. Terrible. I think my stream gave up. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, we cannot play Champions League. Let us pray for Europa. Nah, I'm sorry, man. I need to go back to the CL. I can't do it anymore. But I'm really curious to see how we're going to balance CL football and Prem demands. I mean, again, I'm thinking too far ahead maybe about CL. Let's see how the season ends first. Anyway, Tyreek, that's a bit better, a bit better. Palmer. What to Reece James? Badia. Back. Fuck me, man. This is the opposition we're playing against. Do you see what I mean? This is the opposition level we're playing against. Like, not even on target. Like in the Prem, we take it for granted because players at our level, that's on target. That's testing the keeper. But actually, it's actually hard though to force an effort from the keeper from that distance. But we're just used to seeing like the very best do it all the time. But yeah, honestly, this is all they can do, and this is the way we played against them. Insanity. So what's happening here then? What's wrong with Palmer? Arsenal must be licking their chops, this referee. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. Knee strop. Fuck it, I'm yawning so much. It's like not normal. It really isn't normal. Referee just slowing the game down for no reason, man. Enzo out, and we've been flying defensively and offensively. I think a lot of that is that Kukurea offers better balance on the left compared to Achenpool. Anyway, Palmer having to Palmer up. Back to Dewsbury. That's a Tyree. Can he get the shot off my guy? I get it. He wants to just test the keeper. He wants to score. He's desperate to do that. Like, I respect that. I thought Muwaka might get an opportunity though or something, but I guess now Moraes is going to warm up the guys for Arsenal, right? Jorgensen hits it long. Neto keeps that quite well, but he's been very non-existent in this game today, Pedro Neto. Like, really, like, probably his worst game this season, to keep it real. How much time left? Sadly, we have 3.5 minutes, and hopefully extra time will just be like 1 minute. I pray, just 1 minute or no extra time would be perfect. I'm just done with this game now, to be honest with you. Our Apex Academy, we have changed the way we perform in the two halves. We were playing bad in the second, but now we are playing bad in the first. Yeah. Oh, for sure. And again, like, the balance comes from Cucurella just operating down the left. It's been the biggest difference maker. And obviously having Palmer receiving between the lines. You know, Enzo was receiving out wide in the left channel. That's the difference. Palmer receives like near the striker, near the tip. And having Cucurella inverting means that Sancho now can pick up the balls in the positions that Enzo was picking them up in the first half. Sancho's done nothing with it though. Let's keep it real. He's on F4. But that's how things have changed between the first half and the second half, basically. Okay, Neto is first good dribble the entire game. Still has energy to bomb forward. Fuck it, go to goal. Palmer. Bro, and Kunku just might as well just be a fucking ghost up front, to be fair. Reese. Let's pass it back, my guy. Come on. Tosin. Hoof it, mate. Come on. We have 90 seconds left of normal time. That's it, Jorgensen. First time out to Cucurella. Can we at least bag the second goal, at least? Just to end the game on a high note. End it on a bit of a positive, you know? Oh, nah. Did the whole midfield with that touching. That's it. Less than 60 seconds left now. Okay, no. You put £100 on us to win. Okay. That's probably like the safest bet you can make this whole season, to be honest with you. Like, we were going to win this game. It wasn't going to be an exciting one, but we were going to win this game. Anyway, Neto is off. And is that Muweka? No, Antwi's coming on now. Okay. Gets like 30 seconds to play. Cool. Five minutes. Why five? Why force it, man? I think the only one happy with this extra time is Antwi, to be honest. Come on, Trev. Terrible, man. Terrible. Oh, for God's sake. Dewsbury's carrying it. Can we get the second now? Can we kill this effing game off? Palmer, look at Christo. Thank you. But wasn't perfect. One nil, yeah, 5 minutes. Dewsbury is the sort of player who's good at nothing in particular. My lords. Oh, piss off, they equalise. Hey! That's what I mean, bro. This is the opposition that we respected too much over these 2 legs. Respected them way too much. I thought we'd be continuing the group stage domination into these rounds. Bro, like, listen, if we were playing against Real Betis in the final and we want to play this way, really boring, to win, fair enough. I get it. I can accept it because it's a final, you know what I mean? But come on, man. Listen, these teams, respect to Copenhagen, they've stayed in the game tactically, they've worked hard, they've been disciplined, they've been smart. But, I mean, come on. The important word is quality, and they haven't had the quality to really do much against us. So it's a bit frustrating that we've just had to play these tactical games, man. Copenhagen. Okay, United, yeah? Fair enough. Come on, you guys, defend. That's it, Kukurea, man. Just, like, in the second half, must have won like 4 or 5 tackles to kickstart attacks now. Palmer, come on, play the right pass, Palmer, or take the shot. Fucking hell, man. I don't like this selfishness all the time. I get it. But, like, come on, the quality from Palmer should be 10 times better in that position then. I'm sorry. Like, there's just been too much of this in these last few games, man. He needs to be subbed off again. Palmer. Bro, like, my analysis has been, when you're in this form, keep it simple. And your form will find you again. If he was in form, you know what he would do? He would have done another dribble. He would have done like a La Croqueta then. He would have done that. He would have skipped past this man and done a little dink over the keeper. If he was in form, he would have done that. But he's not in form right now. So he's not thinking about the next move. It's not as sharp or as free-flowing for him as it used to be. So when you're not in that position, when you're a bit like all over the place mentally, just play for the team. Keep it simple. And naturally your game will come back. You'll get the confidence from the assist, from assisting your teammate, whatever, doing the team play. And then your confidence will come back slowly then. Oh, Dewsbury, man. The second corner he's given to Copenhagen. But anyway, listen, thanks to this guy, he got the goal for us. So it took a bit of pressure away from everyone else. And we only have 20 seconds left. I mean, I don't know why Copenhagen just want to... I mean, credit to them. They want to try and get a goal. Fair enough. The keeper's been told to go up. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, unless they're going to... Fair enough. It's like their last involvement. Go out with some pride, I guess. Another cross. Oh, piss off, Chelsea. If we actually conceded that then... If we had conceded that equaliser... Yes. Come on. The game is over. Thank God. But anyway, you guys, listen. You know, we really suffered tonight. But in the end, it was worth it because we've secured quarter-final in the Conference League. Not hard-fought win. I can't really say that. I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't know what to say. I don't know how I'm going to spin this in the review. I'm going to have to find something to say about this game. Flipping hell. I wonder what the reaction is on Twitter. Like, the only thing about like doing these watch-alongs is that I don't know what the fans are saying on socials. But I can't imagine too many men have been impressed. We're through, but let's not talk about this tie ever again. Another thrilling performance. Onto the Emirates. Okay, so everyone's just like completely finished with this game then. Yeah. What can you say after this win, man? Flipping hell. But you guys, love to everyone. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for even watching me moan and complain and yawn 24/7 throughout this game today. Appreciate it, man. We all suffer together. That's what we do as a fan base. But yeah, you guys, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna leave right now, get this review out ASAP, and I'm getting my ass straight to bed. Like, bro, if you guys can even see on screen, yeah, I've been doing that madness with the workouts recently. I got my final one tomorrow. I need all the energy I can get right now. So yeah, you guys, thanks. See you all soon. Cool.